You don't look like super scientist, geeky girl.
Oh, okay, so I look dumb.
Hey guys, so welcome to another infield breakdown. Today, it's quite a unique scenario. It's a city called Łódź, spelt Lodz, bit of a hidden gem in Poland. And it's one of those quite high pressured scenarios in the sense it's a guy walking with a girl and they could be together. And for a lot of guys, that's quite a scary scenario. And I think a lot of guys, from what I've seen with students and clients I'm out with, they let that scenario go, even if the girl's given them a bit of a look, or even if they clearly like that girl. So this is how to do it in a calibrated way. Play the clip, watch the clip, and then we'll break down a couple of the key points. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Are you together?
No.
Oh, I just wanted to say hello. I thought beautiful woman, and you look at me like I was piece of pierogi. And I say, how can you look at me like that and not say hello to me? Very confident. Yeah, you look at me like hungry cat.
No, I didn't.
Hungry koshka. No, I don't know. Nice to meet you, man. James.
Hi.
From London.
Also James. But
James as well.
Yeah.
And you guys are from Łódź?
Yeah.
And your name? From Łódź too? So I come back first time in 1 year. And I love this place because the people are more friendly than Warsaw. I'm from London, but I go to Warsaw for work. I think so. You think it's more friendly in Warsaw?
No.
More friendly Łódź? Sometime. And the bars, the street is very nice, this big street, and it's a cool place. We're staying at this hotel here called APPROACH Hotel. It's a cool place. And what about you? Are you studying? Are you working?
I mean, we just finished high school.
Yeah.
Right.
And now we're going to study.
Yeah, we're choosing university.
You're going to study the same thing?
No, I don't think so.
What are you going to study?
I don't know how it is in English. Nuclear chemistry?
Yeah, something.
You're going to be chemist?
Yeah.
You don't look like chemist.
It was kind of offensive, but fine.
No, it's not. I mean, chemistry is like, what do you, I mean, you don't look like super scientist, geeky girl.
Oh, okay, so I look dumb.
You would dump?
No, you just suggested that I look dumb.
No, I'm saying you look not like geeky scientist girl.
Okay.
And you're studying the same thing?
No, I'm thinking about law.
Don't be a lawyer.
Why
I used to be a lawyer for 10 years and I hated it. A couple of the key points to break down. So first of all, usually a guy walking with a girl absolutely scares off guys approaching, right? In this scenario, what happened was I was walking along, I walked past them. She looked over, gave me an indicator of interest. You know, she clearly looked and then kind of looked away and looked again. That's a massive green light. Girls are rarely, I've had it probably 3 times in my life where girls actually walk up to me in bars or clubs and directly hit on me. It's very, very rare. And usually because we play the masculine role, right? You want a very sweet, feminine, innocent, playful girl, you know, which is what most men want. You have to play the opposite role, which is a direct masculine energy. Penetrative. It's a direct penetrative energy that we're assuming as the masculine guy. And so that means you've got to take the action. Most of the time, 99.9% of the time, the best you're going to get from a girl is she gives you a look which allows you the ballsiness of being able to approach. And so in this scenario, she was with the guy, but the guy looked a little bit feminine and I got kind of almost, quite effeminate, almost gay vibes from him. I don't know whether he actually was gay, but I assumed he definitely actually wasn't with the girl, right? We're not saying you should approach in every scenario where you see a guy with a girl. If they're clearly holding hands and they clearly just give off a vibe that they're dating. If you get an indication of interest from the girl and you just think, okay, there's a possibility, despite the fact they look like they could be together, they're not together, you can go in and do exactly what I did, which is kind of call it out. Just be like, hey, I was just wondering, if you guys are together. And then if they say they are, you just leave it. In this case, that's exactly what I said. And they said, no, we're not together. And I kind of assumed before they weren't together. The way she looked at me illustrated to me that she wasn't with the guy. But again, you want to showcase social intelligence by calling it out. What I've done on the approach is actually called her out for checking me out in a playful way, and I've approached. And so when you combine those things together, it's dynamite for a woman because you're showcasing social intelligence, which is super important. We always say game is really getting up to the social and emotional intelligence levels of women as a man. I've showcased playfulness, which is a major kind of attraction trigger for women, because girls just want to have fun, and it's the opposite of neediness, right? It's like, okay, I'm just going to say what I want. I don't really give a fuck about the outcome. And I've shown confidence and ballsiness to just approach, which obviously is attractive for women. So flipping it on its head, calling her out, it's a ballsy way of doing things, but again, it's calibrated because I did see her check me out and I was calling her out and having fun with it. And she's kind of in denial, like, no. But that's a great way to open. So there's a couple of things going on there. First of all, calling the girl out, it creates the dynamic that she's chasing you, she wants you, and a very playful, fun frame to put on any interaction is kind of you're the prize and she's chasing you, right? She's an info and she's chasing you. And if you can playfully instill that dynamic on conversations you have with women, it's kryptonite, because it's what most people don't do, right? Women automatically prize themselves and put themselves into that prize frame. You're flipping it on its head and smashing that frame and putting yourself as the prize, right? So I've combined that with actually obviously calling out the scenario that she's with a guy, but I'm just checking they're not together. As always, try and keep it playful and keep the conversation about the girl. I'm involving the guy as well. A lot of guys will approach, and often it will be a girl with another girl. They'll kind of completely ignore the other girl, or the other person in the interaction, right? In this case, it's a guy. Whereas actually the calibrated thing is just kind of, assess what the situation is. And if they look like they want to get involved in the conversation, you can absolutely bring them in. Again, you're holding the frame, you're controlling the dynamic, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. I would say focus mainly on the person, the girl, that you want to get to know, but it's okay to talk about the other person and bring them into the conversation. Here, what happened was, she took offense, right? It was interesting because I didn't mean it in an offensive way, but she took offense to the fact I basically said she didn't look like she was gonna be a chemist, or she didn't look like a typical chemistry student. She took massive offense to that. It was a bit of a weird one. I'm not sure why she did, but she did. And maybe it's not entirely clear from the actual clip itself, but I could feel in the interaction that she was kind of offended. She leapt to the assumption that because I said she didn't look like she studied chemistry, that I was calling her dumb. I wasn't doing that at all. I just, called out that she didn't look like a stereotypical person that might study chemistry. You're thinking glasses, braces, that kind of nerdy, geeky look, right? She then flipped it further to be like, oh, you're calling me dumb. It was a bit of a test from her. And the way to pass tests is jazz it up and agree and amplify, or just kind of ignore it. And in this scenario, I just kind of I didn't ignore it, but I just said, no, that wasn't what I was saying. And then I moved the conversation on, right? I didn't get overly reactive, but I stood my ground. I didn't start apologizing to her and all this sort of stuff, because I meant no ill intent by it. But I just kind of said, no, that wasn't what I was saying, blah, 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 and then just carried on and moved the conversation on to the other dude. And I was like, what are you studying? And at that point, the clip cut out. But I think the key premise here is the open, combining those different elements in there, and also, holding the frame. And if girls do test you within that conversation, not folding like a cheap deck of cards and actually maintaining what you're saying is super key. And as it transpired, I ended up getting the number and going on a date with her. So yeah, take from that what you will. Hopefully there's some key learning points there. Myself, Les and Troy are teaming up for the Edge version 3, which is a souped up 10-week course. It's everything we've learned from a combined 25 years in this industry to take you guys from not overly nice, non-sexual boys to sexualized alpha barbarian men over 10 weeks. It's going to be phenomenal. We're doing it at a pre-sale discount price at the moment for $579 for the full 10-week course. And there is an add-on of a graduation bootcamp in Bogota in March, which is crazy. We took 20 guys there recently. It was fucking wild. So get in touch if you'd like to sign up for that. Link below, or send us an email, info@jamestusk.com, with the title Edge 3. Les or myself will jump on a call and just explain in further detail what to expect from the course, but it's going to be fucking dynamite. And I would highly recommend you get in at the pre-sale price now before it goes up to the normal sale price. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Quick one. Myself, Les, and Troy have produced the linchpin course to take you from nice, innocent boys to highly sexual men with unlimited dating options. The Edge 3 is coming. And then the Edge 3 plus Bogota Bootcamp, which is the crazy kind of graduation bootcamp, anything goes bootcamp, night game, day game, grey area dating app game, anything goes in March 2024. It's going to be absolutely amazing. This has been a long time in the pipeline. Myself and Troy have redeveloped the previous Edge course, and we're combining 25 years worth of experience in the elite men's dating industry to bring you a course which is going to change your lives. We've got some of the world's leading experts for different areas, the linchpin areas, sexual shame, developing sexual confidence, Mr. Bonaparte, elite sex coach for men, and we've got Dave Lee, the male hormone optimization side of things, who bring in vast amounts of knowledge, and a host of other experts, myself, Les and Troy, coaching you every step of the way with developing the cold approach and the dating process as well. It's going to be incredible. Get in touch, info@jamestusk.com, include your WhatsApp number and the title Edge 3 in the email. We'll see you there.